All right, hey,
All right.
Blasphemers, hang tight. Casey is back, and he's our guest, and we are about to start the show now. Go! Hey, Blasphemers, welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join it!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Simple Blasphemy podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have with me always Andy.
How many number 2 pencils can I stick up my nose?
Big Andy from Cincinnati.
Hi.
And also Mr. Zach Green.
Oh, son of a
Yeah.
bitch. I
Over.
just woke up. I know. I literally just woke up, and then I find myself like here, and it's almost time to go back to bed.
He finds himself
I mean,
in times of
I want to know if the people of India suffer the same type of stuff, because
What do you do? Like, if you have you gotta have a fucked up schedule because you.
I just
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
It's
just-
just
you
time's
just were
going by too
sleeping?
fast. Time's going by too fast. Just not enough time to do stuff in
Stuff.
general.
All the information on the show can be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And if you click that like, share, and subscribe button, you win. What is the winnings this month?
Free internet for the rest of your fucking life.
Free internet for the
No,
rest of your
thank you.
life. All right.
No, thank you. I'll pass.
No AOL stuff in the mail.
To
You
this
get
None of
free
it,
internet
please.
CDs put in your mailbox every day for the rest of your life.
Send it
Man,
back.
you guys are
Stargate.
highbrow, man. This is no fucking around on this
Yeah.
show.
As
Reshingle your
mentioned-
grandma's house.
This week's special guest is returning Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati. It's none other than Casey himself. Casey, what's up?
How you doing? You know, I barely slept for about 3 weeks the last time I was on the show, because I think we mentioned what I did for a living and where I worked a couple times, and we got pretty dark and went into some really creepy, fucked up places, and I was like, "Fuck."
You're still hot. You're still employed then.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
try
think
to
the
run-
Dick
we're gonna-
Daddy from Cincinnati thing through them.
We're gonna try to get you canceled this week.
We're gonna try to get you canned, Casey. There's a lot of fun today, folks. The guys don't even know, but
No, we don't.
there's a-
No, we
I
don't.
don't
I don't
want to
even
know.
suspect anything.
it's gonna get pretty weird. I'll tell you that. So hang tight. But before we really get down and dirty, let's just give a big shout out to the #1 country and our audio only information and statistics from Spreaker.com. Once again, it coming in at #1 is none other than India.
Switzerland.
Woo!
Unbelievable.
India,
India.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
You know, I'm always
Incredible.
down with people in the Iraq.
Yeah.
It comes up quite often in conversation.
Awesome food. You
Awesome.
know, yeah.
It kind of gives me the squirts, but whatever.
What's up? Julio's in the chat. Feel free, folks, to chime in and like,
Gives you the
share,
juices.
and we are going to juice you up, right?
Oh,
Right, Green?
Yeah, not with
Okay.
hot dog water.
Juice you up. So yeah,
The magic juice.
and we have our shout out from none other than Tanner Wirtz.
Hey guys, Tanner here. I want to give a big shout out to man's greatest discovery. Not the wheel, not fire. No, I'm talking the female orgasm.
okay. All right.
That set the tone for the evening.
Yes.
Now, Casey, do you remember finding the female orgasm for the first time? Was it was it a window into another world?
It's funny because I think a lot of women actually think I'm really good in bed, and I'm not. I mean, that big dick daddy thing, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if my somebody in my family tree slept with some slaves or what, but both my brother and I were fucking. They don't call me the elephant man because I'm ugly. So, like, chicks just get on me at some point when they're tired of whatever I was trying to do, and they just grind one out, which is for a whole other subject matter, which is hilarious to look at their face when they're grinding one out. But anyways,
does this happen at the local shopping mall?
What's that?
The grinding out?
No, it used to. I mean, that was just a thing. Like, I think what you said about women, like, they put up for all the bullshit that we do, and then they're like, "Okay, are you finished?" And then they just get on top of us and they grind one out.
Andy, there ain't nothing wrong with a little shop and grind. If you
I guess
me.
not. You walk up and say, "Hey, darling, could you point me where the squirt button's at?"
So This is a funny thing about female orgasm because I'm not religious, but I'll use a religious kind of thing. So, like, God's got a bad sense of humor, right? Even though I don't believe in God, God's got a bad sense of humor. So, and the point of that is that if you've ever seen a woman have a real orgasm and lose their fucking minds, and they have about 15 of them, right? And like we do all the work, picking them up and sticking shit and clicking and doing all the fucking shit we do, and they just lay there most of the time and get the fucking living shit fucked out of them, and they have a bunch of orgasms, right? And then for all of our hard work, what do we get at the end of that? I mean, my wife used to look like she got abducted by aliens and shit, like, and fucking levitating me off the fucking bed and shit. And I'd be like, this is, they bitch about not making much as money as men, and women don't, and men rule the world. You can have it all back. I want one female orgasm because they lose their fucking minds, man. Like, our orgasms are like a joke. It's like single A baseball compared to Major League Baseball. It's like a fucking joke.
Hard to argue. I mean, I wouldn't mind having that stretch of like multiples,
Hey,
on a good night, we've all stepped to the plate and gone like, how the fuck did I come 3 times? But normally, I would trade it all.
Shit starts to cramp after 2.
Well, you're talking about the dry rub at the very end.
Depends on what kind of barbecue you enjoy.
What about if you're not circumcised? Is it better?
Oh,
that shit freaks me out, man.
Because supposedly you lose a lot of nerve endings.
The turtleneck. Yes.
Girls didn't like it when I would pull my pants down and start singing Stonehenge. Where the demons dwell.
Oh, all right, go ahead, Green. You want to say something about cheese
I'm
or
done.
something?
Oh shit!
From
I'm done.
You always say.
I am just.
You
By
always say
Andy's
something.
comment, I'm just I fucking floored right now.
Now, your buddy, I would make the argument that air conditioning is a much better invention than female orgasm.
Oh, well,
we'd all be sweating our balls off. Nobody would be having orgasms because we'd be all sweaty and pissed off.
Casey, I mean, you're pretty vocal about different things, and this is a kind of a softball question, but why do you think, especially on social media, when everyone's kind of getting each other's business and look at my cute family, they've all got matching bow ties and yada 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 yada, why don't people actually talk about how the great sex they had the night before, or talk about something like that instead of other things that aren't as cool?
I don't want to hear about
Fucking
somebody's
beating the fuck out of it, spitting and slapping.
Yeah.
Really?
It is really funny because when you think about it, like what you do to your whatever, everybody does to whoever they're whatever it is. Like, you think that shit's really hot, but I used to like tell my brother that shit, and he'd be like, "Shut the fuck! I don't want to hear that shit. That gross. I want to throw it."
Usually when somebody starts like getting on my nerves when it comes to like race or something like that, I start talking about really nasty sex shit. And that's like, oh, you're making me feel really uncomfortable. It's only just that I go back to you.
That's in the.
I start singing
I'm writing that
Stonehenge.
one down. I have a pen. I'm writing that.
Yeah. Keep notes. Talk
All
about
right.
the male orgasm.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff to cover here tonight, but we're going to cover one. We have a video clip today.
Of course
A-
you do.
A New York woman finds an empty apartment behind her bathroom mirror. We're going to talk about this. Here is the clip.
I'm in my New York City apartment and it's cold, right? Obviously, it doesn't matter how high the heat goes, I'm cold, right? So I walk into my bathroom. Right here, I feel cold air blowing on me. There's not a vent or anything. So I feel here and there's cold air coming through this hole. So I tape it up. I don't know why there's cold air coming through here, but we're not having it. I stand here and look at that. You can see my hair blowing in the cold wind. So I start searching, right? Okay, there's a vent up there, nothing's coming out. There's a little bit of air coming out of this light switch, but there's not enough air to blow this hard on me. You can't see it now. Look at it, they blow in. So I start feeling, and the air is coming from the mirror. Okay, and I realize the mirror moves. Let me show you what I found in my New York City bathroom.
Holy
You're kidding.
no, seriously.
Okay.
Just the electrical.
Oh, no. There's a room back there.
Wow. So what if someone's living in there right now? It's like,
The weirdest part about this is they didn't fill it out on either side of this hole.
have you watched the movie Parasite?
I need more answers. I have to go in and figure out what is on the other side of my bathroom. Like, what if someone's living in there? Do you think my hips can fit through here? Okay, are you ready?
I really don't think.
John, are you gonna be there for me or not?
I'll be here.
Ready?
Yes.
What if I can't fit through here? I think I can. So I'll throw this over there, and I'll use that as a platform.
It's, oh my god. Mean it when you swing it.
That's good advice, actually. God, please take care of me.
Oh, your hip's not gonna make it.
Straddling the inside of this wall right now. What's my game plan?
Oh.
John,
Oh.
I'm touching something.
It's good.
Is it? I think it's a pipe.
You're actually doing it.
Oh my god. I have nothing to hold on to. I think the pipe can hold me. Oh my god.
She's actually in.
Okay, John, stay right here.
You're in the other side of the dimension. Go onward.
Okay, I'm scared. My hammer. My hammer.
You're holding it wrong.
Is there a wrong way to hold a hammer to kill somebody? No. John, there's trash bags and stuff.
Smell something dying.
What's wrong with me? Okay, so there's signs of life. It's freezing in here. Wow, this is a whole other apartment. Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this door. Made it out alive. My landlord's getting a really fun phone call tomorrow. Hi neighbor, how are you? No.
Well,
It's not impressive.
it wasn't exactly the Goonies movie, you know.
There's no One-Eyed Willie.
No.
Dick Daddy.
I discovered 400.
Chester Copperpot. There's no Chester fucking
First off,
Copperpot.
there's so many things. First off, it was some kind of Blair Witch bull fucking parody shit going on with that. Second off, where did the Asians come from? That happened so fast, I'm not even quite sure.
The apartment downstairs.
The yoga pants, ZZ Top boots, and tie dye. Like, I mean, come on. Like, somebody, if you have a friend like Zach, if I was dressed like a fucking idiot at some point because you love me and your friend,
At some point.
like, dude, what the fuck? I don't, and the whole, and you know what else I thought? Because I used to deal a lot of drugs back in a previous life. Sweet! The mirror, and I have a whole fucking place back there that
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would have been like.
Kidnap hot chicks and deal drugs, and I mean, god damn, think about that.
You could use
hours you have at that
a different room for a bathroom every day.
You would have. You just doubled your living space.
I know.
In New York.
Like that's what I thought.
I'd rent it out to somebody else. I'd pay my own rent.
Hey, I'm not impressed.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I just found 400 extra square feet of my house right over there through the closet.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
400 square feet of unused fucking space.
It's free real estate.
And I don't know what happened. I discovered it. I went through the little fucking what is it? The little access panel that you have in the roof.
Sure.
And they started to refinish that room. It's an extra room, and I don't know if they ran out of money, but they just stopped, and then the doorway, they're just like, fuck it, just drywall
Here's
over
the
it.
deal. Think about this. I'm giving you the think about it. It just hit me like, damn, like all of my friends that ever did construction, great dudes, fucking funny. I have a fuck. They were like the guys that do your roof and do drywall. The fucking construction guys, and I'm not hammering them. I mean, if I was ever going to get a job done at my house, I would hire, and I'm an atheist, I would hire a Christian fucking roofing company because they'd all fucking be reading the Bible on their break and not doing bongs and shots out in the Bible.
Can you confirm
that industry is flawed, and I swear to God, I'm not even being a dick. I party and know these dudes. They fucking don't do shit right, and they're always. I mean, have you ever seen those like online? They'll have those fucking like horrendous job sites where people trying to get shit passed.
Angie's
that's why you do the work yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know how to do the work.
Madison's in the chat. We should probably say hi to her.
Madison!
Hi.
I thought you just disappeared off the planet.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Who is Madison? Do I know
She used to work.
She technically was our first Patreon, believe it or not.
Yeah, that too.
Is
Yeah.
she the dominatrix?
No,
what?
That was a guest we had.
She'll kick your ass.
Yeah, because I want to get that chick.
You better be careful.
She's gonna scissor kick you.
I was looking for her phone. I didn't know where to get it. Because I've been a bad boy lately.
All right, it's funny because Casey, you did your fair share in BG, especially at Howard's, and you got pictures on your Facebook at Howard's. Madison is a bartender at Howard's, believe it or not.
Dude, let me tell you something about Howard's Club H. There was nowhere, anywhere in the entire world that had a more gross bathroom. It was the gross. The grossest fucking place you ever went.
Not anymore. They fixed
Not
it.
anymore.
I know.
Trough's gone.
It was a buzzkill. When I went back, I was like, that'd be like fucking, fucking with.
There was a trough there.
Oh yeah.
The pee,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you were daring enough, your band sticker was on the back wall of the trough.
It wasn't one of those round ones, was it? Where you could actually look over
it
way
wasn't.
on the other side and see somebody peeing from across.
No, you mean like the old.
What's the
I
matter
think
about that?
troughs are the greatest thing ever. My son, when he was 8 years old, we went to a Michigan football game and he couldn't wrap his head around a bunch of fucking dudes just whipping their cocks out. Like no modesty or anything. That's how I roll, man. Like fucking, I'd eat out of a trough. I would literally pay somebody $7 and they could just spill a bunch of eggs and sausage in there. I'd just be like, no.
With hot dog water and all that.
$5 Patreon supporters. Take
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be called the breakfast bathroom.
I may have mentioned this before in the show, but I do remember, going to like old like Tigers games, and if the troughs were all full, you just went to the nearest garbage can. You just walked to the garbage can and fucking let that go.
Did you not ever see a concert at the sports arena?
Oh, yeah.
That was a fucking shit show. There would be chicks outside of the female restroom sitting on trash cans pissing. I mean, it was.
If you didn't like the bathrooms, you just went where you stood.
What is it with chicks? Why do guys get into why can there be 1,000 guys? Bam, 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 piss, get the fuck out. Women, what are they doing in there?
Probably washing their hands.
But seriously, like, why is the women's restroom? They're always like, there aren't enough. If I designed a stadium, and it's like, no, just hurry the fuck up.
Bring the
Casey.
trough back.
Casey. You are not. You're showing your age a little bit. You're not exactly PC on this one. You're not politically correct on this one, if I may. Women
Why?
have, because we have easy access to throw some liquid and let it go, where a woman actually has a little bit more to do
They get
than.
to sit down. It's easier. We're working against gravity. Those fucking people, they get to just sit down.
Women have.
I heard it's like a finger over a garden hose. Is that true or no? I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was at the main street downtown in its heyday on the east side. And I'd never seen it before. And I walked around the corner to fucking leave or do something. And there was some chick squatting on the ground peeing. And it's very like I don't know. Glad I don't have a vagina.
I was at the Grand Prix, and that's my uncle used to get me in there all the time. He used to be a mounted police officer. But anyways, he was talking to me. He was talking to me, and he's like, hold on a second. And he had to go give some chick a ticket because she just right in the middle of the park decided that she's just going to pull her pants down and take a shit.
Well,
there's
the limit right there. No feces.
Wait a second.
Public.
Why do we cross? Whoa. Why do we
we're talking
cross
about bathroom and
No,
stuff like
wait.
that.
Why do we cross the line? Like peeing is fine, but why is dropping a deuce worse? Like what's the hell?
I mean, really, nobody's surprised. Everybody's seen all sorts of animals do it before.
Smell,
It's just
dry out time,
literally
cleanliness. It's way less. It's way toxic. You don't want.
It's the most classless. Like it's just so classless. It isn't the fact that it's feces coming out of your ass and it smells like shit. It's just so fucking classless. That's
You
why.
shitting on the ground. Quit being so mean.
I just want.
I go back to our early days on this planet.
But we're not. I'm just saying, like, it's pretty classless fucking move. You can't go much lower than taking a shit at the park in front of a bunch of people.
I don't know. I don't want to potty shame people.
You have to understand.
Don't poop in public.
Green.
You have to think that lady was either she didn't give a shit anymore, or there was something mentally wrong with her.
It doesn't matter if it's a lady or not. Green, you don't have a gallbladder. What happens in like another 2 or 3 years?
What?
No,
and
no,
you
I'm
have,
just
and
saying.
you like,
Oh,
and
wait, you don't need one. That's one of them. It's like having an extra nipple or something. It's no big deal.
No, why do you think I'm not singling anybody out? I just said that I happen to be somewhere where.
Are you in a wheelchair or you all fucked up? And shit? You got
Jesus
in a
Christ.
bag.
no, I'm just saying, Green, if you have to go, maybe you got to put your back up against a nice red oak and,
Lay
throw down a
around
log.
pine. Yeah.
No, there's or spackle the fucking underpants. It happens.
Hey, can I sidebar here real quick about something that just hit me for some fucking
Don't get your
reason?
gallbladder taken out.
Please,
People.
no, go ahead, Casey. Go ahead.
All right, so I was out on Saturday night, and I'm gonna be 54 on Saturday, dude. We closed the bars. We went to like 10 bars. I didn't get home till 4 in the morning. Like it was so awesome. It's good for your soul to do that. It's good to be a piece of shit and go out and do that shit.
You're the 13th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the 14th. You're the 13th.
That's right.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Shit. So I was telling people how I think it's really bizarre that the guys we were partying with because this like really, really fat dude walked by, and that's part of the story. I'm not shaming anybody, whatever. So this fat dude walks by, and I say to my dudes, don't you think it's fucked up that like if you have a drug problem or a coke problem or fucking you're a sex addict or some fucked up shit that's really fucking your life up, your buddies and your parents will get together and be like, we've got to have an intervention, and we'll all come over Saturday, and I'll make, and I'll serve, coffee and donuts, and we'll fucking attack Casey and tell him that he needs to get his shit together and that we love him and we'll all cry. The always famous intervention, right?
Oddly specific.
Right. So why do you not have an intervention for the person that weighs 400 fucking pounds and is shoving Entenmann's fucking cake in their face 24 hours a day and are because they'll tell me in my intervention, don't you want to be at your son's graduation? Whatever. So like, don't fat people want to be at the graduation? Like, don't you find that that's a society? Like, there's something fucked up there that like you'll step in when somebody's doing too much blow, but you won't step in when they're eating fucking 9,000 calories at Taco Bell and drinking.
There's usually something coexisting with that stuff.
I think that people do step in, maybe not on that level, but on the same token, if the biggest joy that you do actually have in life is eating, let's just say like Ben and Jerry's,
a whole sleeve of Oreos
or whatever. Hey, I'm actually not even making a joke. I'm just saying, as a libertarian in my own political view, if your greatest thing in life or your biggest pleasure in life is Ben and Jerry's, and you've ended up accumulating a lot of weight from that, I personally, you could do whatever you want to do with your life as long as it doesn't affect somebody else. Or, you know what I mean? Like when the drug thing, it could very well affect many other people more so than somebody that decided to take in more calories than they're burning.
But not all the time.
I'm just saying, unless you're on the plane, isn't good. Unless you're on a plane ride, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't personally, if somebody wants to live that life, whatever.
And I get what you're saying, Zach, and it wasn't meant to dig too deep into it. It's just a surface level kind of like ironic kind of comic observation. Like, I find that really fucked up, because if you love your fucking uncle and he's fucking really obese, like, and it's the same thing. I remember listening to NPR, and I'll probably get shamed for that somewhere. But anyways, I was listening to NPR, and they had on a political person on the air. And they were like, oh, well, you have an obesity problem in the state of Arkansas, right? Well, hell yeah, we know. Everybody's big fat ass in Arkansas. And, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I ain't going to do anything about it. And the politician was so funny, and they were like, why? He goes, I'm trying to get reelected. Think I'm going to tell all my constituents are a bunch of fat asses? Yeah, that ain't going to work, right? Like, so, I don't know. I just threw it out there, sidebar.
No, I get it.
It's just an observation.
Speaking of that, I have a couple pictures I would like to get your guys' commentary on. This is the next segment here. And tattoos. We've all seen our friends at Ink and Iron here in Toledo have sponsored the show. They do phenomenal work. But there is the occasion where you see that somebody was tattooed, but we'll just suggest that the tattooer maybe wasn't exactly
an artist.
This is where I
poo. Now, no. Now, Green. Now, I thought of Green on this picture, and for the audio people only, we're going to try to do this, but you're probably going to want to see the video. There's a tattoo that says, "This is where I poo," and it's an arrow pointing to
a heart or a piece of poop.
To the
maybe it's a dingleberry.
Like a fucking turd ended up on his seat and you sat on it.
But Green sometimes references the next tattoo where there's three people that are interlocked with each other. Something goes into one person's mouth that goes out of a butt into someone's mouth, out of a butt into someone's mouth, out of a butt.
I never referenced
Mr. Green and I run in the same circles. I'm very familiar with it.
No, I referenced the movie. I didn't reference the Human Centipede movie. I referenced another movie, and I don't know the name of it, but it was some sexual act where like two people were butt to butt, and one person would poop into the other person's butt and then would come out and then they would give it back to the other person in their butt.
You just described German porn. You just paraphrased.
No, it was like a movie, and dude, I don't even know the name of the movie, but it was a really awkward fucking scene where she was meeting somebody in the park, thinking that this is the experience she was going to have. See, yeah, cut me short. That's right, man. That's smart. Cut me short.
No, not cut. Andy does a great. Andy, show you there. That's what I was trying to get. And what part about that movie really that you've obsessed about it, where you keep talking?
No, just that somebody actually wrote that in a movie, and it just I don't know. Okay. Like I was flipping through the chat or something, and it was just like I ended up on that scene, and I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And it, and here. she was reading this letter thinking she's going to meet this person at a park to where she's going to have this experience. And she's like, oh, this might be kind of cool. But then she ended up meeting. It's bad. It's just really bad. It's not the person it goes even worse than that.
All right.
No, I don't know. I want to know the name of this fucking movie, man.
Right,
it was
right.
like so off the fucking trails.
Andy's on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. I've got to put private browsing on for this.
Casey. Now you're a dating man, right? You're still on the dating scene. I mean, if you said to a woman, "Hey, send me some pics," and then she sent you this, I mean, what would be your where do you take it from there?
I mean, it depends on if it's Sunday afternoon and I just got home from church, or if it's 3 o'clock in the morning I've been drinking and smoking weed all night. I mean, that's all relative. Smoking weed, drinking all night, and be like, "Fuck yeah!"
That one thing almost looks like a Nintendo 64 controller.
Oh no!
Was that what Blippi did? Oh no!
Oh no! That's horribly bad. Oh
yeah, that's a whole nother type of thing.
So, Casey, walk us through. You're what? How old are you? You're 40.
I'm gonna be 54 on Saturday.
54 on Saturday. And what is it like dating? You being a single guy, you've got a bachelor pad, you got a really nice lamp and a Rolling Stone REM poster, right?
Yeah.
And some Hummels or something. What is it like dating at this stage of your life? Walk us through.
I'll tell you what's really kind of interesting is your tolerance is like one fucking thing that they infringe on and they're done.
Okay.
Like I find that fascinating. At 54 years of age, I could date a chick for 6 months, everything could be good, and she say, you play guitar all the time. I wish you'd spend more time with me. We're done. See ya. Fuck you. Right? Like I have no tolerance for fucking it's just like I'm going on a date next week and I feel like this chick's kind of a little bit different than me and like I feel like all these older chicks that are single, I feel like you're single and you can't fucking hook your carriage to me. We'll laugh, have fucking fun, and yeah, you may not be the guy you want to introduce me to your parents at the nursing home at my age, but I'm just saying that
they won't remember.
Like, people that are alone and people that like these women and guys too, it's like I'm fucking insane. I don't have like Thorazine and Hellball in my medicine cabinet, but like I'm fucking fun. And do you want sure you can date a fucking doctor who makes $300,000 a year and he's a fucking turd. And I fucking it's a dynamic of the system, that I think is so funny that people are just like, oh, you can't find anything. Well, instead, lower your standards as far as not so much what you're willing to put up with, but at our age, who gives a fuck what anybody thinks, right? Who fucking and that's part of my stumbling block. So I'm going out with a chick and she makes a lot of money. She really hot, thinks she's this and that and whatever. But that's cool because I'm going out with her because she makes a lot of money. She's rich and all that shit. So, but I feel like she's the kind of chick that will love to have sex with me, fucking go out and pound, drinks and do shots and stay out till 4 in the morning and have a blast. But I'll never be the guy that, oh, this is my mother and my father. It's just fucked up. And the other part for me is it's I mean, I don't mean this in any bad way either, but
Oh, that means it's probably going to be in a bad way, right?
Brace yourself.
Once again, I reference this. If you can back the show up and go and rewind. God's got a bad sense of humor, and I'm 54. And God, and I fucking whatever, and I don't feel like I look 54 years old. I'm older than that. And man, girls my age are kind of fucking this girl. It's she's 40, and women can be like, "It's so freaking good bullshit." Sorry, man, you look like a cigar store Indian. What the fuck?
Casey, you've mentioned a couple of times God has a sense of humor in some way, shape, or form.
A bad sense of humor.
Bad sense of humor. What would you be your best explanation of why he did put a vagina and a butthole so close together for a woman?
Boy.
Wow, I never even really thought of that. I used to work both of those like a master.
actual audio.
I can imagine John Travolta.
It's a rhythm thing.
Poking. Hang on, I got to put something in front of Zach Green really quick. Is the movie You, Me, and Everyone We Know?
It might be.
The pooping and then you poop into my butthole, I poop into yours, back and forth forever.
That's it.
Okay, that was not a main plot of the movie.
No, I know it wasn't. It was one little fucking scene that really derailed everything.
Yeah, that would derail it. There it is.
Man, thank you, man, for deep diving that one.
Yeah.
Casey,
you need to use Arthur Treachers, and you're all set.
Arthur Treachers. There's a retro reference.
Go ahead, Green.
What am I supposed to say?
It's your favorite, thing, and you went to visit in Cleveland?
In Cleveland, yeah.
Arthur Treachers?
Oh yeah, It's like one of two left. Right now, it might be one of one.
There's a reason for that, just so you know.
All right,
bankruptcy, food poisoning.
No,
cheese.
I mean,
bad beer better.
The amount of chemicals and substances that I fucking work with, sometimes when I'm soldering electronics in a guitar, I'm holding the fucking solder in my mouth and stuff like that.
Because this is my second time on the show, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I know nothing about Zach. So what do you do for a living? And don't take too long because nobody else cares but me. So anyways, go ahead.
Oh, I don't care myself. No, I work at Reverend Guitars with Ward over there. Yeah, and Andy used to work there, and
I did.
Yeah, and I've been there since.
Guys, that's where
and I was there since the beginning of fucking time when we were in a little garage unit. And Madison worked there too.
And
you know what?
I started out with the founder in a little garage unit behind a Christian bookstore next to a bike store.
And you still work there, right?
And I still work there, man. It's going on 22 years now or something.
That's fucking crazy. Because I started my radio career at WXKR the day they opened up the doors, and it was grassroots, and we struggled. And now they've been around for 30 years, and they're a classic heritage rock and roll station with a 40,000 watt signal that reaches fucking Cleveland and Detroit. I mean, but when we were just starting, man, and I tell you what, I've been looking for that experience ever since it happened ever again. And you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
there's jobs and there's places you work, and I meet people that they tell me, "Well, I like my job's a prison sentence." I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. Don't you understand? And working for a company like that and being part of something, being in the trenches and making it from here to there and being
from the ground level. Yeah.
It's just such a when you look back on your body at work, you'll take a lot of pride in that, because I've had experiences like that, and I mean it, man. I'm still looking for it now. I would love to have an experience like that.
Oh, it's incredible. When I look back, I never ever dreamed of it being the point it's where it's at right now. I thought it was going to be fall along the wayside of a million other fucking businesses.
And that's what I mean. And I think another thing about small businesses is that I work with them because we won't mention what I do, but anyway, it's fun to watch people grow when they struggle, and I help them out when they're down, and when they're fucking real high, we all celebrate, but it's this roller coaster to get to wherever you get. And then for a lot of companies like Reverend Guitars, there can be a break, and there can be a point where it all fucking just turns into something different.
Well,
and you just look back and it's all blurred. All of a sudden you're this.
Let's talk about. Hey, hold on a second. Let's talk about something that turned into something. Now, can you imagine that you commissioned somebody? I got one more tattoo thing. You commissioned somebody to take a picture of your darling, or someone that you're cherish in your heart.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful.
No.
And you're like, beautiful. Can you please recreate this in a tattoo so I can memorialize?
Fucking angel.
Oh.
Is that Yoda?
Is that what happened to the little girl from Monsters Incorporated?
Man, that is a fucking beauteous.
That's not precious.
I'm assuming this is Daddy's little angel.
That was done on purpose.
No, wait a second.
On purpose. I mean, you cannot set out and recreate that.
Now, I'm only suggesting this is Daddy's little angel because there is some a little bit of hair on the not that women can't have hair on their tank top, but there's a little bit more there, at least in the United States, than most. And this young lady is tattooed on a gentleman's arm. Has anybody?
I think she's choking herself. Actually, if you look closely, she's like, "Kill me, kill it."
Make the pain stop.
I mean, oh, first of all, folks, we love laughing in the light of just living life and that's one of the best things about Casey and him and I, actually all of us for that matter, that just love laughing in life and definitely do not want to be depressed when you can have the endorphins of laughing happen. So all these pictures that we're going through tonight are just to have a laugh through life, nothing too harmful. But what's like the worst? Have you guys seen a really bad tattoo or something that you could describe that really shocked you, or is it just on the east side of Toledo?
Anybody that uses their belly button for a butthole
as
part of their tattoo.
I refrain from that cat picture. That's
the classic.
Green, you're from Detroit. Is there a lot of bad tattoos? What's happening?
I don't know. I don't really.
How many tattoos?
I don't really ask about people's tattoos.
Do you have any tattoos, Zach?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are you proud of all your tattoos?
Yes, I am. I thought about it a long time before I had them done.
What out of all your 5 or 6 tattoos, what's one you could say that is your favorite? Meaning, like you look at it and it just brings you more joy than
all of them, but probably my first one, which is the Egyptian Ankh across my whole back,
from top to bottom.
Yep.
Did they give you any Percocets after that?
No, and it was my first tattoo, and the guy, owned the tattoo place, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he's not gonna fucking last." And when you're doing black and you're coloring in large sections, you have a larger tip,
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Holy fuck!"
Did you just say larger?
Yeah, I did.
Right.
I knew you were gonna say that. He goes,
Nice.
"Holy shit,
exactly.
I gotta take a break." He goes, "You should be taking a break." But you know what was how I was able to get through it was like, if I really thought about what was going on, something like a fucking needle jabbing you, I wouldn't fucking be able to last 2 seconds. But I thought in my mind, like, when I started feeling the pain, I'm like, okay, that is just a soldering iron burning your skin. And with that imagery, I was able to actually get through it easier. I know that's fucked up, but
you're horrible.
I just pictured a fucking soldering iron burning my skin.
Casey,
let me tell you something, because I think he's hitting on 2 things that I'm fascinated by about getting a tattoo. First off is that we all have the capability. I saw my wife give birth. If you've ever seen that shit, she went to some place. I don't know where the fuck she went, but she dealt with it and she put it here, and we had the baby in like, so the human experience is part of figuring out a way sometimes to do that shit. But I'm also fascinated by the fact that when I have one tattoo, and I have one tattoo, and I got it years ago as a radio stunt, blah, blah, blah. And I remember the guy fucking tattooing, and I got a pair of lips on my ass so that you could kiss my ass, whatever. So I got a pair of Rolling Stones tattoo on my ass, and Otto or some legendary tattoo guy did it anyway. So I get it on, and we did it live on the radio. It was a big production and shit. And I'm telling you, the one thing that I figured out right away, and I used to not understand why like women want to be spanked and choked and all this fucking crap. And like, there is a fine line between pain and pleasure. And when you get a tattoo, maybe not like you did, Zach, with the like heavy, like dark black shit where you got to go to some place to forget about it. But like, when you're just getting a regular like tattoo, like, it's fascinating to me. And like, my brain thinks differently. Like, it just like, yeah, it kind of hurt, and I should have been maybe, but like, my brain is wired to be like, oh man, I was like, wow, I get it now, because like, it was like, ouch, oh my god, that really hurts, but I kind of like it, right? Like, I mean, and I wonder if there's not some correlation with that, with the amount of tattoos that people get. Like, and I've talked to
it might be.
No, I think there is.
They like that.
We've got a lot of stuff to move on here too, so Casey, I still want to piggyback on the fact that do you use dating apps? Are you do you do Grinder or Tinder?
I know what Grinder is. You kiss my ass. I don't know any of that. No, like I don't. And because like here's the thing. Like,
Why don't you?
You're married. I know your wife, and I know Zach's partner. Anyway, so like, you're not even gonna comment on that. It's trying to be funny anyway. But like,
Oh, it's fine.
anyways,
My wife's that's fine. Go ahead.
No. But like, you're on these dating apps. These women are 53 years old. They're my age, and they have cat whiskers and fucking bunny ears and shit. Like, and their face is all filtered, and it's like, it's such a shit show.
You're
And
saying,
it's
hold on. You're saying they're using those Snapchat filters.
Nothing is more of a turnoff. Like women will say, "Oh my God, Casey sent me a dick pic 15 minutes after we started dating each other." Yeah, right? Because that's my go-to.
Actual audio.
Yeah, actual audio.
I sent him out like a form letter. What? I thought it was a courtesy thing.
But like, it's okay for you at 55 years of age to soften your face like you look like you're some kind of
like you haven't smoked cigarettes your whole life.
You know, that's okay.
Casey,
I'm a loser because I sent you a dick pic.
Casey, Chris Peapod Dasher says Casey uses OnlyFans.
And Peapod also knows. I have no idea what that is. So
I think
is
it's
that some kind of dating app for gay dudes or something?
I think it's an app where people can pay for clips, kind of a thing.
Clips,
haircuts.
Great clips, right, Andy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. The reason why I'm premising this is like if you were to dive into the dating world and you're swiping right, what would be your first? Are you going to shame somebody at your? Because let's face it, you don't have a whole lot going on in your apartment right now, right? But what happens if you swiped to this?
Yeah, baby.
Now,
I think I've probably cut and pasted and sent that to.
Now, Casey, have you ever? Now, this picture reminds me of a couple, or maybe like she was married at one point, and her husband said, "Hey, listen, you don't do anything out of the ordinary ever. Get out of your comfort zone." And then a picture shows up like this. They got all latex. She's smiling. She is grabbing a 4-inch heel.
Look how happy she is.
She looks fucking happy.
You know what this reminds me of is the old guy line.
Are you gonna?
Like,
are you gonna? Are
gross, I think I'm gonna throw up, and then like you're like, you're gonna tell my friends about this shit. And
all right, so Casey, you get this picture. How do you?
I was wondering where, like, everybody was so straight faced. I'm like, that was a brutal, like, I'm gonna get roasted for that when you guys are all like, oh, nice. I mean, that was pretty brutal.
I think Julio says this correctly. That photo says one thing and one thing only. I am going to rock your world.
Mr. Jazzquin knows how to roll.
And guess what? I say bring it on. Challenge accepted. All right, the next picture. Casey, you are a little bit older than most people that watch podcasts at this point. But I think that you do remember TLC and that group back in the day. There were three young ladies. They had
boots. I remember they were. Like,
they had a huge hit. They had a huge hit called "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." Do you remember that song?
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Please stick to the rhythm in the lakes that
and they wore leather boots. I remember that too. I think.
What?
Paul Gilbert did a remake of that song.
On the subject of "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls," what is your first initial reaction to on your way walking home to this?
We talked about that.
Man.
We talked about that.
That's hot water.
That chick's so hot, she could pee and shit on me. I don't even care. Like, yeah.
She's so hot that
So
You would
for
eat
our
the corn
audio
out of her
only,
shit.
hold on, our all audio only people out there, you really should just subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's not going to get easier.
Her
for you.
shoulders are too far forward. That shit looks like she's got really bad scoliosis and was walking away and turned her
That's
head
the
over
one.
her
That's
back.
how you determine who you're going to sleep with if they have scoliosis.
No,
This no,
It's very
we don't
scary.
scoliosis shame here either.
We don't shit.
This young lady is sitting, and it looks as if she possibly urinated, but it could have been a number 2 depending on what she ate that day. Casey, what do you say if you walked upon that? What's happening?
Well, obviously, I'm going to take advantage of the situation because she's probably been drinking a lot. And a guy like me at my age, got no chance with a girl normally under this situation. So, I'll probably be throwing 20s and 50s out of my pocket just to show her how much money I make and hope that maybe she's drunk enough to, take a chance.
Like a little
baby, I have a bathroom you can use.
Come on, I got nothing. There's no chance. That's how bad it is being my age. A 54-year-old girl with her pants down who just pissed herself still won't even fuck me. And you guys aren't there yet, but you'll be there. And you'll know the pain that I live with.
All right, Casey. Hold on. I got to check the comments again.
Yeah,
very cute. I'd get a raincoat and take her home.
You know what? If you can't deal with secretions and sex is
Secretions.
you gotta embrace that shit.
All right, Casey.
It's a gross sex.
Embrace your
Casey, I have another question for you because this is funny, and I'm enjoying this. You went on a first date. You're like, hey, you're not going to believe this. This girl is a cheerleader, all right, and she's way too young for me, but she's a cheerleader. And you take your buddies. You're like, they don't believe you, and like, fuck you, dude. I can get even free tickets. Casey, you're like, fuck you, dude. You grab 3 of your buddies. Maybe I'm one of them. Maybe I'm not.
Probably not.
And
damn,
we go. Jesus H Christ.
Yeah.
And we go, and all of a sudden it's the halftime show where the entertainers come on, and you're like, hey, that girl right there, that's who I started to date. And I'm like, which one? And all of a sudden you point over, you're like, her.
Oh my.
Oh.
That's the spot right there, folks.
Hey, you know what? This is where I break this down to just normal shit. Because it's the same thing as the secretion thing. Like, at the end of the day, we've all shit our pants a couple times. Nobody wants to fucking...
At the end of every day.
And every chick's fucking...
Are you
had
saying...
a period.
What,
she had to fucking do a dance at the Utah Jazz Laker game.
Everybody's had tainted love?
I mean, come on. I'm not shaming on her. I'm not,
that doesn't almost
happens, man. Like, right?
I mean, that almost looks like it was damage done by heat. Like her asshole was so hot that it kind of just singed the material on her shorts.
So hot.
That doesn't actually look like a shit stain. That almost looks like her ass was so hot that
if you bend like fucking, that a few times,
it's almost like if you were to take a fucking heat iron or just hold it in one area too long.
It's almost like cracking a neon glow stick. What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
Oh,
hey, that other picture you showed of that chick fucking peeing on the cement. And when you get farther out from her, that the imagery and that pattern it caused, and there's a scientific term for this, and I'm gonna butcher it. And I tried to look it up, I can't come up with it. What? It's called something like the Fibonacci set or something like that, and it's like this repeating visual graphic, repeating thing that when the farther you zoom into something, you get these repeating patterns that keep happening over and over again. And some say that is just like basically the template to fucking life in the entire universe or something like that. I forgot the fucking term. I'm not a fucking student. It's
a TV screen. It's just a bunch of tiny little.
Yeah, but then if you zoom in even further and further, the pattern keeps repeating itself. That's what that looks like.
We have a segment called Zoom. I just
Fibonacci set or something like that.
I would just like to go back to the fact that chick was hot. And I don't care if she peed or not. She was...
All right. We have one more here, folks. I'm going to set this up once again as Casey takes a nip off his Coors Light can.
Coors Light.
It's the what would you call it? The brute of a older
That is-
man's.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
Coors Light goes along with like a fully blown 454 Pinot hatchback.
I
Okay.
saw it, right? That's so
Completely
funny. I saw a
fucking-
guy driving a
Completely
Pinot
fucking
today.
tubbed.
All right. So here we go. Last one today. We want to thank everybody hanging out in the chat. Chris, our good friend Chris, Madison, Julio.
I love Julio. Is Julio on? I love Julio.
We really appreciate everybody hanging out. And I will tell you now, Andy, can I?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Next week, we have a very, very special guest
Oh, yeah.
from
Busy.
a number of different bands,
Oh,
but
yeah.
most notably, one of the biggest. I don't know. How would you set up Detroit Rock City, Suicide Machines, Jay Navarro,
Jay Navarro.
folks.
No shit.
I have no idea how to. I don't know how to set this up properly. Jay Navarro.
I just want to talk to the dude about stuff that he's into. I want to. Okay, so Jay Navarro, what are you into right now? What have you been doing to keep yourself busy? Because I know he's been keeping himself really busy.
So Jay Navarro is our guest next week, folks. We're going to dive into the background of the Suicide Machines and where he came from, so to speak. We've got more really, really cool stuff to let you guys know that we have coming up. We have a repeat of one of the biggest, most famous guests that we've had in the show in April. That will be coming soon, and much more that we are working on. So hang tight. I'll have to talk to Chris. Maybe Chris can help me out with some questions with Jay Navarro. Last picture of the night. Okay. Casey.
If it's the last one, it must be good, right?
Casey.
Oh, my.
It's at the end of the night. We're talking 2 a.m. in the morning. You're at the bar, and a younger person decided that a younger woman has decided through intoxication that going back to your place was the best option for the night. And this next picture that's going to come up is a scene from the climactic part of that night.
Oh, goodness.
What happens when this goes down in your room?
Oh my.
Is that puke?
Don't-
It almost looks like gray hair.
She's eating fiber optic cable.
Don't worry, that's just saran wrap. That is just
She's
saran wrap.
fucking
There's a
saran
time
wrap
to
out of
be.
a
Saran wrap that your leftover pizza was in.
There's a time to be a gentle lover. There's a time to be a caring lover, and there's times to be a selfish lover. And you finish your job. You finish the job.
as long as you have that, if you've discussed it at the beginning of the night, now listen, baby, you're really hitting them hard.
Yeah.
I really want to hit it hard. If you're throwing up, I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay? When you start throwing up, that's just give me the green light, or I will stop immediately.
And
I will hold your hair. I
and
might
then-
still keep going with my other hand, but I'll hold your hair.
You're on the other side of the house where you don't
Do you
want
wanna
any
be-
throw up. You pick her up like a sick cat or
A beef
animal
Wellington or
friend,
no?
and
I've
just
got him in the microwave.
Take
I
her
got
to
him
the linoleum. Take her to the linoleum.
I've got him in the microwave. You
Not
want
on
one?
the carpet, not on the carpet, not on the carpet.
Not under the carpet. Not on the carpet.
People get shit
Not
on.
on the couch. Not on the bed.
Pissed on? Is that the new thing? Is this like a 2020? Like you get puked on now?
Like,
I don't think that's a new thing.
don't make
It
eye
looks like
contact.
There is a
saran
chunk.
wrap.
There is a chunk in there. I think it looks like a cherry tomato.
Whatever you do, don't make eye contact with my cat. Okay.
Saran wrap.
Believe it or not, we have reached the end.
We
of
can only
this.
do an hour. Like, what happens? You get killed by snipers or something if you go past an hour? Like, how does it work?
Yeah.
Actually, most people just stop listening.
They get tired and they're like, "Fuck this shit."
It's been 60 minutes.
Manasa says, funfetti shower. Well, I'll be honest with you. We drink here, and after an hour's worth of bourbon, it starts to really go south for the production area. But
we do hang out a little bit afterwards for ourselves.
Folks, we appreciate everybody here. If you would allow me to just solicit the subscribe to the YouTube and Facebook.
You must.
Love you, India.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Right.
next week.
Get the video. Get the video.
Next week you have Jay Navarro from the
That's so fucking cool.
Suicide Machines. He's a
Jay
great
Navarro and
guy.
the Traders,
awesome.
Anchor.
Not as cool as Big
better than
Daddy
me.
though.
I didn't
Come
know
on,
from
man.
me to a guy like that. Like,
I know we do have to follow up Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati.
We
I'm sorry,
do
Jay.
appreciate BDDFC, as we like to say.
No, we don't.
I don't
say that. He doesn't say that.
Oh, okay, dokie.
Adjust your notes.
Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
You're up.
Hey, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.